Moving on, civil society groups have sounded the alarm over alleged human rights violations unfolding in Nigeria's largest city. Thousands of residents of the historic Makoko waterfront community in Lagos have been left homeless following large-scale demolitions, and the government is defending their controversial action. Wooden stilt houses, some of which stood for generations above the Lagos Lagoon, were torn down by authorities, transforming what was once called the Venice of Nigeria into a field of debris and displacement. Makoko is one of Africa's largest floating settlements, where narrow waterways serve as streets. Daily life depends on fishing, boat transport and informal trade. For many families, this was not just a neighbourhood, it was their only home and source of income. Residents watched helplessly as excavators moved in, crushing homes, community schools and small businesses.
There's no place for us to sleep. We have many children. We were just running. We didn't pick a thing, our properties was damaged. We ran to this place. This is where we sleep now. Can you see? When night comes, we will sleep here.
And community leaders and humanitarian groups estimate that at least 10,000 people have lost their homes since demolitions began in late December last year. Some groups say that at least 4 people, including 2 infants and an elderly woman, died during the operation, allegedly after tear gas was used to disperse residents trying to protect their homes.
You had a crowd of thousands of people there, and these people opened fire on unarmed women who were standing just in front of them, babies and mothers, just as they did in Makoko. So it's clear that the state is not willing to learn. It's clear that the state is intent on demolishing not just properties, but even the lives and dignities of people, as you have seen there.
Well, on Wednesday, police fired tear gas at protesters demonstrating against the ongoing demolitions. More than 1,000 residents and affected families marched to the Lagos State House of Assembly demanding answers from the state government. The government says the demolitions are necessary for public safety and urban planning, citing risks from a high-voltage power line crossing the lagoon. Officials had earlier told residents that homes could not exist within a certain distance from the power line. Community leaders say they agreed to comply and marked the approved boundary. However, residents and non-profit groups claim excavators destroyed homes far beyond that limit, using aerial imagery to estimate damage up to 500 metres from the power line. Makoko, which began as a fishing settlement over a century ago, is home to tens of thousands of low-income residents, with population estimates ranging from 800,000 to 200,000. Makoko has long faced eviction threats linked to development and environmental concerns. Previous clearance attempts have drawn criticism from human rights groups over forced evictions without resettlement plans. As of now, authorities have not announced any formal rehousing or compensation programme. Now, community advocates allege that the demolitions are not an isolated incident, but part of a broader pattern of forced evictions targeting informal waterfront settlements.
It is not only the Makoko residents that are here. There are more than 5 communities that are here that have faced or are facing forceful and illegal evictions without alternative whatsoever or consultation. So it's often, the state's actions are often couched under the pretext of urban renewal and even safety reasons. And sometimes these informal communities are criminalized because the state thinks that they have no right to city.
Many families are salvaging wood and metal from the wreckage, trying to build temporary shelters along the lagoon's edge. With demolitions continuing and no clear resettlement plan in place, tensions remain high, and the fate of thousands of displaced families hangs in the balance.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.